So Erin and I were able to spend time with these pastors, and we were able to see how much they loved these communities and all these people. We were talking with Makosi, who is one of the pastors who works with the churches in Kisi there. And he told us when they first got there, they had a believer. They stayed with a family who were believers, and the family actually had the children go sleep out in the garden or the cornfields, just kind of wherever. So Makosi and Simon, the other pastor, would have a place to sleep. And the accommodations were, I mean, it's pretty much a shack that they lived in. But again, like the love that these believers have for God and for our Lord, and the possibilities that they see in reaching their community, they'll do just about anything to make that happen, even having their children go sleep outside. But Erin mentioned being able to see these guys and the love that they have for their church. Did you want to?
Well, so, I mean, just to explain, so KEM is really essentially stationed in Kangundo, right?
Yeah, it's Kenya Evangelical Mission, KEM.
And so I would say they're stationed in Kangundo, but there are 4 pastors that travel really across the country.
A day's
drive to
and they
Kisi.
Travel on a bus.
A day's drive to Kisi and a day's drive to Bungoma, and this is not a day's drive the way we would experience here.
No, it's like 12 hours.
Here in America, 12 hours of like potholes and just long days. And so what happens is that every couple, maybe 2 to 3 months, I believe, Makosi and Simon travel, like leave behind their families and travel to Kisi, and then Sammy and Boniface leave behind their families and travel to Bungoma, and they each stay in their locations for, what do you think, like a couple weeks?
It's a couple weeks at a time. Yeah.
And they go there to encourage and edify and uplift the pastors.
And they hold Bible studies and different things like that.
Right, at the various churches in these locations. And the love that these men have for these congregations it's just beautiful, and it really reminded me, I felt like we got to see a little glimpse maybe of what the early church was like. You know, with Paul traveling around to his different churches and the love he had for them, the love that we can see that Paul had for those churches in the letters that he writes them. And I think Makosi said one day something to one of the pastors in Kisi about how he thanks God for them like every day. And I just thought it was really special to be able to see that, and to know that the love of Jesus, it is being spread. Like, we get so caught up in what's going on here, but it is being spread across the world. And it was really neat to be able to see that.
The last thing I wanted to share with you guys is about the Kindle Project. And so we have, right now, Dan Berger and Jim Roberts are in Kenya, and they're ministering to the people there. And we sent over 12 Kindles loaded with books. And we've since received correspondence back from Dan and the pastors, and then also even some of the people who work on the college campus there, with their gratitude and their thanksgiving, and how we would end up blessing the pastors. And we're excited because we believe that this is going to work, number one, but also this is an opportunity to be able to reach and influence and equip a generation of pastors, a generation of churches with teaching. Because one of the things in Kenya, I know that Dave Donorico mentioned this, is that information is very, very difficult to get our hands on when you're there. There is internet, but it's not really very good at all. You can't get information as easily as we're accustomed to getting it. So we're really excited about that, and so we would ask that you just continue to pray for the Kindle Project, for the college campus, for Lois Osborne, for the pastors who are there, and the pastors who are being brought up at the college. And there's so many churches, it's over 27 churches now that have been planted that need to be prayed for. And so continue to keep them in your prayers.